Yes guys, welcome back to the channel. Week 3 is upon us already. 2 matches in the bag and things are going to form. Let's have a little catch up with last week. Please don't judge me for the Arsenal top. I'm not a Gunners, I'm not an Arsenal supporter, but my god do I like this Lynx inspired kit. So, last week, what happened? Who won? Who lost? We saw more of last season's Man United turn up. Don't really look like they're going to score many goals, even if Højlund does return. Xerxes, very unfortunate, got in the way of Garnacho's shot, which led to a goal being disallowed. And then right up the other end, 5, 6, 7, maybe the whole of Brighton's team left unmarked at the back post. João Pedro decided he would be the one to nut it in. Big win for Man City. Ipswich tried to play football against them and then were quite quickly brought back down to earth with a Erling Haaland absolutely spectacular hat-trick, especially the third goal. What a finish that was. Liverpool solid but not spectacular. And of course the match of the week, an absolutely chaotic match between Chelsea and Wolves, which ended up in Chelsea winning 6-2. 3 goals for Noni Madueke, 3 assists for Cole Palmer, 1 goal for Cole Palmer. If Chelsea are going to play like this season, then fucking I am all here for that, and I'm all in, and I will be backing Chelsea and wishes Pep Guardiola to do good things. And then last but not least, Bournemouth denied, very, very harshly denied, a well-deserved victory against Newcastle. Referee on the pitch gave it as a goal. VAR, of course, saw something different. To me, it was a goal. To the majority of people, it is a goal, and I don't know why they disallowed it. It wasn't clear and obvious. It should have been left to the on-field decision. But without further ado, let's go. Let's get into this week's fixtures. Again, we are kicking off with Brighton. They are away to Arsenal. In this fixture, 17 wins for Arsenal, 8 wins for Brighton. The last 6 matches we've seen 3 wins for Arsenal, 2 wins for Brighton and a draw. Arsenal have started off solidly. David Raya is on absolute top form. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Arsenal. Brighton could surprise them here. I really like the way that they've just continued to play their expansive football under their new 7-year-old manager. But I think we're going to have an Arsenal victory. Next, we have Brentford and Southampton. Very sorry to the Southampton supporters last week for completely skipping over your match against Forest, but I think you might be glad that I did. Anyways, so in this particular fixture, we have 24 wins for Brentford, 34 for Southampton. Brentford have won the last 3 matches against Southampton, and I'm going to think they're going to make it 4 out of 4. I'm going for a 2-0 win for Brentford. When will Southampton's first points come? Next, we have Everton versus Bournemouth. In this head-to-head, we have 10 wins for Everton, 7 for Bournemouth. But Everton have lost 5 out of the last 7 matches against Bournemouth. Bournemouth were very unlucky not to win against Newcastle on the weekend. Everton have been absolutely woeful, blown apart by Brighton, blown apart by Spurs. I see another lose here. I'm going for 2-0 to Bournemouth, but I don't know. Part of me wants to say 2-1 because I don't think Everton will go 3 games without a goal, or will they? I don't know. Next, we have Ipswich versus Fulham. In this particular head-to-head, we have 9 wins for Ipswich, 14 wins for Fulham. Fulham have won the last 6 matches. Is this going to be the game where they finally get a point on the board? I'm going to say yes. So I'm going for a 1-0 win for Ipswich. Next, we have Leicester versus Villa. The Midlands derby, 45 wins for Leicester, 37 for Villa. The last 7 matches has got 3 wins for each club and a draw. Leicester look okay after coming back up. Lost to Fulham, of course, on the weekend, 2-1. I think we've seen enough in Leicester to say that they will be challenging this season for relegation. And I'm going for a 2-0 win for Villa. Uninspiring, I would say, in their match against Arsenal. But Ollie Watkins had 2 clear chances to put Villa in front, which he should have taken advantage of, and he didn't. Next, we have a kind of Midlands or that way kind of derby between Forest and Wolves. these two teams have played way more matches than I actually thought. So 45 wins for Forest, 63 wins for Wolves. The last 4 games have ended in a stalemate, and I'm going for a stalemate again. I'm going for a 2-2 draw. Hopefully Wolves will tighten their defence a little bit from that absolute shambles that we saw against Chelsea. Forest looked good for their win against Southampton, and I expect them to do quite well at home here, but I do think it's going to be a 2-2 draw. Next we have West Ham versus Man City. 38 wins for West Ham, 64 wins for City. But get this, in the last 16 Premier League matches between Man City and West Ham, Man City have won 14 of them and the other 2 have been drawn. So let's expect another 3 points on the board for Guardiola and his men as they march towards an unprecedented 5th title. I'm going for a 3-1 away win for City. I'm backing Haaland to get on the score sheet again. Will West Ham's signings continue to mould in to this team? I don't know, but I just see City being too much. Next we have Chelsea versus Palace. 38 wins for Chelsea, 12 wins for Palace, a London derby. Chelsea have won the last 13 matches in between these two teams, and it would take a very brave betting man to bet against them this time. So I'm going for a 3-1 win for Chelsea. I really hope we see chaos occur again from Chelsea's team. Just fucking put all your wingers on the pitch and let's see what we can do. Newcastle versus Spurs. This is closer than some of the other matches in this round. 62 wins for Newcastle, 74 for Spurs. The last 6 matches has been 3 wins and 3 draws. This is a tough one to call, I would say. Newcastle, good at home. Spurs have started off the season very good. I think they will have Solanke back, so that'll be a plus for them. Yves Bissouma obviously came back in the team. I'm going for a 2-1 win for Newcastle, or a 1-1 draw. No, I think I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Newcastle. I think Newcastle will have enough at home to get a victory. And then last but not least, obviously we have the most famous, the most rivaled match in English football, Man United versus Liverpool. 91 wins for Man United, 81 wins for Liverpool. United have lost 4 out of the last 7. But there were 2 draws last season between the teams, and I'm actually going for another draw. I don't think Man United have enough to win it, but I can imagine a world in which Man United stink out the gaff and stop Liverpool from winning. There you go, guys. They are my predictions for this week. As ever, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. And I will be joining you at the very next round. I don't know if it is international fixtures next week, but if it is, I'll see you in a couple of weeks. And if it isn't, I'll see you next week.